Now, as an American standing before you, I'm a little ashamed to say this, but you know it. But there are only two countries in the entire world that still use the imperial measurements. That's Belize, which is about this big, and the United States of America. The imperial system of measurements. That's feet, yards, furlongs, all those foolish things. And they don't know how to divide by 10. And it wouldn't help. Now, I have a lady friend that I've known for a good 20 years. She works in Washington. She works as an assistant with the press department. And I was having lunch with her a couple of years ago. And I mentioned this to her. And I said, Marlon, I don't understand why we're still on this system here in the United States of America, which supposes itself, and it may be true, to be the most advanced nation on earth. That's arguable, of course, but that's their opinion. And you can ask any American, and they'll say, oh, yeah, that's very true. They all agree on that. But why are we using this archaic system of measurements? Well, she said, you don't know about that? I said, no. She said, well, we have lobbyists. Now, just for those of you who are not familiar with the technical term, a lobbyist is a paid individual or organization that is hired by another organization or by a personality or by an individual or some company or whatever to sell their idea in Washington, and they go around and they call on all of the politicians, the senators and the congressmen and such, and they try to influence them. They advise them and say, sir, I advise you against this or for this because, and they give their reasons, and the politicians either take your advice or ignore it, one or the other. And a lot of those lobbyists, told me, she said, they're from religious organizations. And they are constantly lobbying against the metric system. You're seated. I don't want anyone to fall down when they hear this. They fall down laughing. The reason that it is resisted in Washington by the politicians, the metric system I'm speaking of, is because it was invented by atheists. Not only atheists, ladies and gentlemen, but the worst kind of atheist, French atheists. And this actually matters to some of these politicians. They're concerned over that. And perhaps rightly so, because their constituents will say, oh, I heard about the atheist who designed that system. I don't want to use that kind of thing. But this is true. It's astonishing that we can still run a country with this kind of system going for it.